What's up, Elijah? What's up, Greg? How we doing today, man? Can everybody hear me? There you go, Elijah. I subscribed to you, buddy. I didn't even know. I thought I was already subscribed to you. There you go, buddy. Thank you for coming in. God bless you, man. Awesome to have you. Okay, I was wondering because there was an update today on the OBS, so you know how that goes. Usually there's something messed up. So I got everything shared. So we're gonna do something a little different today. Uh, and I know a lot of people ain't gonna like it, and they probably won't watch, and that's fine, you know. Oh, you're welcome, Elijah. You come in here showing love, man. God bless you. I'm gonna show it right back. Most of all of us will if there's others in here. But Most of you ain't gonna like, probably won't like it, won't want to, but this morning's my study time. I'm gonna study some. I am a preacher. Uh, I preach some, I teach some, and today's, I try to do it every day, but sometimes you just don't. And so I'm going to study out of the Bible this morning, and I wanted to become more personal with you guys because this is all I've got. So we're going to do it together. Uh, this is when uh, I'll read, and whatever God gives me, and whatever He gives me, puts on my heart, I'll talk about. Usually I just do one chapter just because there's so much to teach on. Yeah, stream's gonna start real right now, actually. But like I said, we won't be playing a game right now. Uh, that's why I put in the description. This is teach time right now. This is my study time. We're gonna go to the just chatting screen here so everybody can see us. Everybody can see I'm reading, studying. I think that light's a little too much, ain't it? Yeah, well, I usually read, but mostly I just read the Bible. What's up, Barber? Welcome in. God bless you, buddy. Welcome. Thank you for stopping in. It's 5 o'clock there. Yeah, it's only like 2:50 something here. So I'm in Matthew chapter 13. And we're going to start at verse 1. The same day went Jesus out of the house and sat by the seaside. And great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship, and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. He spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of the earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But others fell into good ground, and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear. What's up, Smooth? What's up, Sydney? So what I want to say, first thing we're going to talk about is the sowing. So he's talking about a sower sowing plant, right, or seed in the ground, like a farmer does. But what he's meaning ain't seed at all. It's the word. His word, what he's saying. So some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Basically, he's saying here, the word, he's talking about his word, and when he preaches, some people just ain't even going to listen. It ain't going to make it nowhere. It's just going to be dismissed, thrown out. That's what the fowls mean, came and eat up. Some fell on stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of the earth. So here, they're talking about his word. He's preaching. This time, people's hearing it, people's taking it. It's going up. They're keeping it, but they have no root in his word. So after so long time, it just goes away, and they just forget it. They don't keep it with them. So that's what he means by that. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. Okay, and then the next ones, some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. So this means he's preaching. Some people take it in, some people like it, enjoy it, but they're around thorns, bad people who teach them different, and it chokes them out. It just takes them straight out. Just take the word out of it. What, baby? Huh? Yeah, I see you. We're studying the Bible, ain't we? Who's in the pit? That's your brother. Yeah, that's Big Brother. Remember the one? He went to heaven. Remember? Yeah, he's an angel now. Yeah. Uh, so, yes, I play Snow Runner. My son, he's not playing nothing. He's watching YouTube on his phone. What's up, OG? God bless you, man. How you doing? OG said hello, bud. Tell everybody hello. He said hello. Dirty in the house too. Yeah. So what we was talking about, he's preaching to the world. People's hearing it, but they're hanging out with the wrong people. The wrong people showing him different, the bad things, and it's choking them. They lose the word. So then he's preaching, good ground brought forth fruit. That means, the people that heard his word keeps it and changes their life and brings forth good fruit, does good things. So that's what he means by the sowers. Wet. The dogs. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, or Elias, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their hearts, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. So, ain't much things changed today, is there? Uh, People have ears, but they don't hear. People have sight, they don't see. Big brother was in a four-wheeler wreck. He was 13. It was 3 years ago. And it broke his neck. We lost him. God took him home. Uh, he was a very, he's my boy. He was my boy. He was just like me growing up. He was mistreated. His daddy really hurt him, and he developed some bad depression, and he hated this world. And I mean, he hated this world. He didn't want in this world. He didn't care. I don't know how many times I had to go back and talk to him because he was listening to suicide music. I tried my best. I did. I brought in the Bible to him. I started talking, preaching, teaching, and he was doing some better, but he was so lost that there wasn't much I could do. And I tried, but it was one of the hardest things we ever went through. But me and the wife, we knew, I am positive that God took him home for a reason. Because I think God knew that if he didn't take him home, he would end up killing himself and making a big mistake. So God said, no, you know what? You've had enough suffering. Let's bring you home. Oh yeah, he was talking to all kinds of therapists. I was helping him more with the Bible and God than the therapist was, to be honest. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received seed by the wayside. But he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. He also that received seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. But he that receiveth seed into good ground is he that heareth the word, and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit, and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. What's up, Lone Wolf? Hey, Sawyer, welcome in, man. The wheat and the tares, another parable, but put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which soweth good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among them, among the wheat, and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared for tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in the field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servants said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, Gather you together, first the tares, and bind them in bundles, to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Everything changed. Hey, what's up, Ian? Welcome in, man. I know you'll enjoy this. What's up, Sawyer? Thank you, man. God bless you. That's why you're on the board this week, man. So here he's talking about tares and wheat that he sowed. So he sowed good wheat, which means he preached good word to the world. Okay. The enemy, the tares that he's talking about, which is Satan, comes and takes half of the wheat out, which means takes them away from God. So God says he calls the reapers, he gathers them, or not God, but Jesus Christ says he gathers them up. The tares, he burns them, which means he sends them to hell. The good ones he puts in his barn, which is the kingdom. The treasure and the goodly pearl. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field, the which when a man hath found, he hiddeth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth the field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls.
who, when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. The full net. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea, and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore, and sat down, and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away, which is good people and the bad people. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth, and sever the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Jesus saith unto them, Have ye understood all these things? They said unto him, Yea, Lord. Then said he unto them, Therefore every scribe which is instructed unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasures things new and old, without honor in his own country. And it came to pass that when Jesus had finished these parables, he departed thence, and when he was come into his own country, he taught them in their synagogues, insomuch that they were astonished, and said, Whence hath this man this wisdom and these mighty works? Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother called Mary, and his brethren James and Joseph, and Simon and Judas? And his sisters, are they not all with us? Whence they have this man all these things? And they were offended in him. But Jesus saith unto them, A prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and his own house. And he did not many mighty works, therefore, because of their unbelief. So, that's the end of chapter 13. We'll be doing chapter 14 next time. So, one thing that stuck out right there is he talks about the good and the bad. The angels are going to come in the end time, and and they're going to put them in the furnace of the fire. That's hell. And it makes me, it saddens me, because I know there's people out there right now that don't believe and don't want to hear this, and that's fine. Hey, that's your own life. You'll learn in the hard way. That's what I did. I didn't believe it. Didn't believe it at all. I mean, I was more evil than you could ever imagine. But I will say this. It don't matter if you believe or if you don't believe, because in the end, you will. In the end, you will bow one way or another. I don't care if you believe in him or not. That's fine. But you will end up in a bad place, and you will die. He's in our everyday lives. We just don't close our eyes. We don't slow down enough to see him. That's all. Everything's fast paced. You're always moving. You're never taking the time to realize what he has done for you. If you do slow down and start thinking about stuff that's happened in your life, and then think about how it should have ended differently, what do you think it is? That ain't luck. That's not luck. There's no such thing as luck. That's God. He was there with you. He pulled you through it.
He was there with me.
Yeah, he's always with us. And it's, you know, I teach, and I preach, guys, because he chose me for this life. Yes, I am suffered with clinical depression, PTSD, and it's very out of hand sometimes. I mean, it gets very out of hand. And you know, I'm still trials. You know, there's still trials for me to hit. But, you know, I've lived with this all my life, even before I was a Christian or I was saved by the blood of Jesus Christ. I used to not be saved, you know, and I still had these problems. But back then, I tried to kill myself. I've tried to kill myself 4 times. I've OD'd twice on purpose, and tried to slit my wrist twice. Neither time I died when I should have died. Neither time he would not let me die. I wanted to die more than you could ever imagine. I wanted to go. I wanted to be gone. But I didn't handle it. I tried to kill myself. I self-medicated to try to get through the problems. You know, I didn't try to do things the right way. I ran from my issues. So now, you know, I went to prison that last time, you know, and overnight, man, I gave my heart and soul to Jesus Christ. The blood washed over me, and boom, the next morning, I opened the Bible up, and bam, overnight, I opened the Bible up, it just came straight to me. And it's just, you know, I still carry this burden of depression and all, but you know what? I don't try to kill myself now. You know what? I don't have the urge to do that no more, because I go to God instead, and he pulls me back through it. And then it gives me the chance to come to you guys and to the world, or whoever I do this in Walmart. I do this where I'm at. And because it's good, people need to hear it, son. I don't care if people like it or not. They still need to hear it. You never know who one word of this might help someone one day. And you know, I suffer through this, but I have the hope now. And now I can come to people and say, hey, you don't have to kill yourself. There's a way to keep going. There's a way to keep moving. And I teach and I preach and I talk about mental health because I know a lot about it. I've had it since I was 11. I know things you can do to help, things that you don't need to do to make things worse. And that's why I'm so strong about mental health awareness, as you can see on the pictures and all that. It's because I feel like if we was to take the time, just 5 minutes or 2 minutes a day, and learn about some of the signs to look for mental health and bipolar mental health and depression and all that. Think about it. If we just took 2 minutes each day to think about certain stuff and what they are and things we could do. When you're walking down the world one day or driving down the road or you run into somebody and you see them signs, then you know, hey, maybe I should try to talk to this guy. If you see them acting this way, or your child starts acting that way, now you know, hey, well, I need to talk to him. Can you imagine how many kids we could save if just each one of us in the world took 2 minutes? 2 minutes. Thousands of our kids would be saved from killing themselves. Because they do it because they feel lost. They feel that there's no chance. There's no one there. I know, because I lived it. Now, don't get me wrong. I still get down and out. And I don't want to kill myself, but I ask God to take me home. I do. I ain't going to lie to you. I get so bad off, sometimes depressed, that I just say, God, please take me home. But then he pulls me back out and says, not now, not time. So, but yeah. What'd you say, Zach? I don't get to see Blue Zach in here much. He's my man. Where's he at? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Read. Oh, God bless. Yes. There's nothing. There is no sin that you can do. And, you know, this is where people get mad at me. And this is honest God truth. This is where people can't stand me teaching. Because I go by this right here. His word is the law. It's everything. And I say this, and people get mad, and most of you probably going to get mad. But I don't care if they rape kids. I don't care if they're raping women. I don't care if they're murders. I don't care who you are and what sin you did. If you actually give your life to Jesus Christ and let the blood wash over you, you're free. You're sinless. You're done. It's changed. It don't matter no more. You're done. You're a new person, and you will receive the kingdom of heaven. I don't care what it is. That word right there says there's no sin but one sin that will not be forgiven, and that's blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. Everything else is forgivable, and you can still be redeemed. That's right, Zach. God bless you for that. That is the right thing. Everybody needs to understand that, because that's a lot of the reason why a lot of people don't come to God, is because they feel like they're not worthy, or they can't be forgiven for what they've done. I don't give a crap. Come to talk to me, because I can tell you right now, you will be forgiven. I mean, my mama, my own mother, was dying, we thought, in a diabetic coma. Didn't even know if she was going to come home or not. And instead of being at the hospital, I was kicking her front door in for drugs, because she had pain pills in there and I wanted them. So I kicked the daggone front doors in and got my pain pills, and then made it look like a robbery. That's how evil I was. Do you think I wasn't forgiven for that? No, I was forgiven. But you got to remember this too. You have to forgive to be forgiven. How do you expect Jesus Christ to forgive you if you can't forgive others? That's a key thing to keep in mind. Yeah, no, and God knows that. God knows that. If you're trying to just sucker him, it ain't gonna work. Because I tried that too. Trust me. The first time I got out of prison, the first time I went to prison, I begged him, let me out. I'll do this. I'll do that. Blah blah blah. And yeah, he seen right through it. He wasn't done. He knew what I was doing, but he still let me out, just so I'd fail again and come right back. So so he knows. He knows. He knows when you're real and when you're not. And church. Speaking of church, I do not go to church. Believe it or not, I do not go to church, Greg. And I don't want to get this the wrong way, because people get mad about this too. Most church houses in the world, not all, but 90% of them are failing God. They are not doing God's work. I don't care who says they are, they're not. As Christians, as preachers, as pastors, we got one job. That job is to do exactly what I'm doing right now. It's to show the world, to teach the world, to tell the world about His love and His blood that can save them. That's our job. Jesus' blood. Yeah, He does have blood. His blood saved us. His blood made us to where we can go to heaven. You'll understand more, baby, when you get older.
When are we going over there?
Hopefully a long time before we go over there.
Like if.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be way grown up for you.
And then can we go?
Yeah, then we can go.
When it's my birthday?
Yeah, no, hopefully not. But it's a hard thing to think. But you got these preachers these days, man, that stand up on that pulpit. They stand up on that pulpit and they say they're sinless. They tell you that they're sinless, that they don't sin, that they don't do nothing. Most of them say they don't cuss. They don't do this. I'm telling you right now, they're liars. I don't care who's listening that don't like it. They are liars. Because the Bible sits there and tells you, Jesus Christ tells you there is no perfect man. No flesh is sinless. I don't care who you are, what preacher or pastor you are, you sin. You are forgiven if you turn to Him, but you do sin. If you say you don't, you're crazy, because there was only one perfect, sinless man, and that was Jesus Christ. No, you can't count God, because God was never a man. He's a spirit. So, that's one reason why I don't go to church. Number 2, the most important. What do you do when you go to church? You go to church, you listen to the preacher, you open that Bible for a matter of 2 minutes. You study it, you go home and you're done. Okay, I'm good until Wednesday or to the next church day. Is that right? Are you doing what you're supposed to do? No, you're failing God. You're not doing God's mission. God's mission is for you to go outside the doors of that church house. That church was built for one reason and one reason only. It was built for His children to come together, to pray, to get stronger, to leave them doors and do our bidding, do what we're supposed to do. There ain't nobody leaves that church house. Where are you going to find the lost souls of this world? You're not going to find them inside a church.
Oh?
Yeah, you're not going to find lost souls in a church house.
Why?
Because most of the people that's in a church house are already saved and already God's children. That's not the ones we're supposed to be reaching to. Yeah.
But without what happened?
Yeah.
What big?
Yeah.
It was both happened.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about that one?
Yeah. We do go to church every once in a while, don't we?
Not that one.
No, not that one, but we do go every once in a while.
I want to go to one.
You want to go to one? Well, we'll go back some.
Right.
We got a church that we belong to 5 minutes down the road right here. But, you're not going to reach lost souls in the church house. They're not going to do it. It just ain't going to happen. I don't care who you are. So, that's what I do, I do it on here. I don't care who likes it. I don't care. I mean, I love all of you. I love my subscribers. And yes, I'm trying so hard to get this job that I want. I really need this QA job. I'm studying for my exam, but this YouTube stuff's going to pay off too. It's supposed to help me get seen by, game designers that I can get work for. And I do. I need all the subscribers I can get, because they ain't going to look at us and say, oh, well, this guy's got 200 something subscribers. He don't matter. You know, they ain't going to care about us little channels. So the main goal was to get us to 1,000. Once I get to 1,000, I want to help everybody else, because then I'm good. I just, and then at least somebody will maybe answer my emails for once instead of ignoring me. You know what I'm saying? They'll take a look and say, well, this guy's got a following, so let's give him a chance. But even though that is important to me, that this works, especially now because the government's took away our stamps and now we are in big trouble. I'm still not going to give this up. I don't care if I lose. I don't care if I lose every subscriber I've got. I will always keep preaching and keep teaching the word of God to everyone. I don't give a crap about anything else, because that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. What is my worst fear? That's hard to say. Because I am a warrior. I am a straight up. Some people were born to fight, and some people are made fighters. I was born. My life, my heart, it all belonged to. I was training when I was 5 years old. By the time I was 10 and went to join karate, I was already a black belt, and he wouldn't even teach me. So I went off and trained in Taekwondo, Muay Thai, everything I could. That being said, when I started all that, I learned how to meditate. Truly meditation. And that helps with a lot of stuff. Depression, it helps with a lot of stuff if you do it right. And that being said, I've not really been afraid of nothing. I don't want to say I'm not scared of nothing, because there's got to be, there's something. But fear, I don't like the word fear. Scared is okay. Fear, I don't like.